Okay, good morning children. Okay, today class we are going to discuss the new topic, that is multiplication of viruses. Multiplication of viruses. How the viruses that can multiply. What is the life cycle of the viruses? So this is the multiplication of viruses. So compulsory for virus to multiply, to reproduce or to replicate. First it can enter the host cell and take over the metabolic machinery of the host cell. By using the metabolic machinery of the host cell, the virus that can multiply, that can reproduce and that can replicate. So with the help of bacteriophages, we can understand the life cycle of the viruses with the help of bacteriophages. So here, by using these bacteriophages, we came to know about the life cycle of the viruses. So the bacteriophage having mainly two cycles now. One is lytic cycle and another one is lysogenic cycles. The well-known bacteriophage life cycles are mainly two types. The first one is lytic cycle. First one is lytic cycle. Lytic cycle. Second one is lysogenic cycle. Lytic cycle and lysogenic cycle. Okay. First one is the lytic cycle and second one is the lysogenic cycle. So with the help of bacteriophages, we came to know about the life cycle of the viruses. So the bacteriophages can multiply by using these two methods. First one is lytic cycle, second one is lysogenic cycle. These are the two well-known bacteriophage life cycles. One is lytic cycle and another one is lysogenic cycle. But what is the lytic cycle? In this lytic cycle, the host cell cause lysis or death. In this lytic cycle, especially the host cell goes to death. In this lytic cycle, the host cell goes to death. So that type of the cycles are called lytic cycles. But what is the lysogenic cycle? In this lysogenic cycle, the host cell remains alive. So that is lysogenic cycle. Lytic cycle and lysogenic cycles. These are the two well-known bacteriophages can multiply by using these two life cycles. One is lytic cycle, another one is lysogenic cycles. Lytic cycle means host cells finally goes to death. But whereas in lysogenic cycles, host cells become alive. So now first coming to the lytic cycle. So first, but what about the stages of the lytic cycle? First of all, in this lytic cycle, host cell becomes death finally. So first, the bacteria, the T4 bacteriophage, which can attack the E. coli bacteria, that causes death of the E. coli bacteria. So that type of the phages are called virulent phase. First you should remember the one definition. Virulent phase. Virulent phase. What is virulent phase? The T4 bacteriophage, the T4, T even number, the T4 bacteriophage which can attack the E. coli bacteria and that leads to death of the E. coli bacteria. Whenever the T4 bacteriophage attack the E. coli bacteria, the E. coli finally causes death. So that type of the phases are called virulent phases. So that type of the life cycles are called lytic cycles. the bacteriophage. What is the bacteriophage here? T4 bacteriophage, which can attack the E. coli cell. Finally, the E. coli cell causes death. So that type of the phases, the T4 bacteriophage, that is called virulent phase. The life cycle is called lytic cycle. So here we can see the lytic cycle mainly contain 5 steps in it. The lytic cycle mainly contain 5 steps. With the help of the 5 steps, we can explain about the lytic cycle. Now, what are the 5 steps in lytic cycle? Okay, the first one is attachment. First one is attachment. Second one is penetration. Third one is biosynthesis. Fourth one is maturation. And the fifth one is release. So these are the 5 stages are there in lytic cycle. What are the 5 stages? The first one is attachment, second one is penetration, third one is biosynthesis, fourth one is maturation, fifth one is release. So these are the 5 steps are there in lytic cycle. So first of all, what is the attachment? Attachment means the contact between bacteriophage and E. coli. The contact between bacteriophage and E. coli, that is called attachment. In this attachment, the bacteriophage contact with the E. coli bacteria. The bacteriophage, the contact between bacteriophage and E. coli. The contact between bacteriophage and E. coli, so that is called attachment branch. The contact between bacteriophage and E. coli cell. This is the host cell and E. coli. The contact between bacteriophage and E. coli, that is called attachment. Okay, attachment. Next to penetration. Penetration means drive in, get inside. During penetration, but what will happen in penetration? During the penetration, the tail sheath of the bacteriophage contract. The tail sheath becomes contract. Through the tail core, the bacteriophage enter into the host cell. So the tip of the tail core reaches the plasma membrane. The DNA which is present inside the head that moves towards the tail sheath. Through the tail sheath, the phase DNA that can enter into the host cell. So finally, the phase DNA that can enter into the host cell through tail sheath. Okay. So after the attachment of the bacteriophage onto the host cell, the phase DNA finally enters into the host cell. So that is ultimate penetration. How the penetration is going on? During the penetration, the tail sheath of the bacteriophage contracts. The tail core reaches to the tail core enters into the bacteria cell membrane. At this time, the DNA which is present in the bacteriophage head that moves through the tail sheath, through the tail core, the DNA of the bacteriophage finally enters into the host cell. So like that, the bacteriophage injects its DNA into the host cell. So that is called penetration. So finally, in this penetration, what will happen? Finally, the bacteriophage injects its DNA into the host cell. Or what is the host cell here? E. coli. So finally, the phase DNA Finally, the bacteriophage DNA enters into the host cell, E. coli cell, that is called penetration. Okay, penetration. Next, biosynthesis. Okay, biosynthesis then. Penetration, already penetration over here. Penetration. Penetration after what is the biosynthesis? Biosynthesis means whenever the phage DNA enters into the cytoplasm, already the phage DNA reached in the host cell. Whenever the phage DNA enter into the cytoplasm by using the metabolic machinery of the host cell, it can produce more and more bacteriophage DNAs, capsid proteins and enzymes are produced. That is called biosynthesis. Especially in this biosynthesis, more and more phage DNAs, more and more enzymes, more and more capsid proteins are prepared. So that is biosynthesis. How more and more phage DNAs, how enzymes and how proteins are produced. Whenever the phage DNA enters into the host cell cytoplasm by using the metabolic machinery of the host cell, more and more bacteriophage DNAs, more and more enzymes and more proteins are produced by using the metabolic machinery of the host cell. That is called biosynthesis. Synthesis means production. What produced? More and more number of phage DNAs are produced. Copies of phage DNA is produced. Enzymes are produced. Capsid proteins are synthesized by using the metabolic machinery of the host cell. That is biosynthesis. Okay, biosynthesis then. Biosynthesis after. Okay, biosynthesis. Next, biosynthesis after maturation. Okay, biosynthesis after fourth stage, maturation. In this maturation, the phage DNA and capsid proteins that are assembled into complete phage particles. Phage particles we also call virions. Complete virions are produced here like this. Virions are produced. Okay, that is maturation. What is maturation? In this maturation, the phage DNA, capsid proteins are assembled into complete virions. Phage particles are produced completely here in this maturation. Phage particles are produced. The phage particles we also call virions. Virions. What we call the phage particles? Phage particles we also call virions. Virions are produced at the stage of maturation. So, bacteriophage DNA and capsids. Here so many phage DNAs are there, so many capsids are there. So here the phage DNA and capsid proteins are assembled into complete phage particles, virions. So many virions are produced here. So many virions are produced. That is maturation. And one more thing here you can remind. The infection caused by the virus, the time period, the period between the infection caused by the virus and production of mature phage particles, that is called eclipse period. 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 The time period between infection caused by the virus and the production of mature phage particles. So that is called eclipse period. So in this eclipse period, completely more and more phage particles, virions are produced. More and more phage particles, virions are produced. Okay, that is the fourth stage, maturation. What is the fifth stage, last stage? Release. Last stage is also called lytic phase. Why we call this stage lytic stage? Host cell become lysis. From the host cell, so many phase particles are released. The host cell wall breakups. From the host cell, so many phase particles variants are released. So that is called releasing. Okay, that is also called lytic phase. Already you know that so many phase particles variants are produced inside the host cell. So first, the cell membrane of the host cell is dissolved with the help of enzyme. The enzyme name lysozyme. The enzyme name lysozyme. With the help of the enzyme, lysozyme, the host cell membrane dissolved with the help of the enzyme lysozyme. Then after the host cell wall breakups and releasing of the phase particles, releasing of the variants. So that is called burst sites. Nearly 50 to 200 phase particles are released at a time. Nearly 50 to 200 phase particles are released at a time. So that is the period is called burst site. That is called burst site. So that is called burst site. So bacteria cell wall breakups and release the phase particles. At a time 50 to 200 phase particles means variants are released. Then these variants again continue the life cycle. So the variants again attack the another host cell and they can continue the life cycle. So this is the lytic cycle of the bacteriophage. Lytic cycle. So first, what is that one? Multiplication of viruses. Viruses will multiply only whenever they enter into the host cell. The best understood viral life cycles are bacteriophage. Phases can multiply in two methods. One is lytic cycle and another one is lysogenic cycle. We are discussing about lytic cycle only. But what is lytic cycle? In this lytic cycle, the host cell caused to lysis or death. So that is the lytic cycle. But what happens in the lytic cycle? The T4 bacteriophage, which can attack the E. coli bacteria, then cause to death of the E. coli bacteria. So that type of the phase is called virulent phase. This type of the life cycle is called lytic cycle. This lytic cycle contains mainly 5 steps. So finally, in this lytic cycle, host cell cause to death. So the lytic cycle mainly contains 5 steps. First one is attachment. Second one is penetration. Third one is biosynthesis. Fourth one is maturation. Fifth one is releasing. But what happened what is attachment? The contact between phase particles and E. coli. The contact between bacteriophage and E. coli. The contact between bacteriophage and E. coli. E. coli is the host cell. The contact between bacteriophage and E. coli, that is called attachment. Then what is the penetration? During the penetration, tail sheath of the bacteriophage contact. Tail core that can enter into the cell membrane of the host cell. At this time, the bacteriophage DNA, which is present at the head, that moves through the tail sheath, that can enter into the host cell wall. So like that, the bacteriophage DNA enters into the host cell. So the process of injecting bacteriophage DNA into host cell, that is called penetration. So finally, in this penetration, bacteriophage DNA enters into the host cell. That is penetration. But what is biosynthesis? Whenever bacteriophage DNA enters into the cytoplasm by using the metabolic machinery of the host cell, it can produce more and more phase DNAs, enzymes and capsid proteins are produced. That is called biosynthesis. Now what is maturation? In this maturation, the phase bacteriophage DNA and capsid proteins are assembled into virus phase particles that are called virions. So many phase particles, virions are produced. So many bacteriophage particles, virions are produced in maturation. Okay, that is the maturation. So, and one more thing here you can remember, what is eclipse period? The time period between infection caused by the virus and releasing of the mature bacteriophages, that is called eclipse period. So there should be a time gap is there. Whenever the infection caused by the virus and the production of new viruses, means bacteriophages, the period is called eclipse period. Next, last stage is releasing, that is also called lytic stage. Lytic stage. In this lytic stage, the host cell breaks and releasing the newly formed virus particles, phase particles, means virions. So virions are released in this releasing stage. How the virions are released? How the newly formed phase particles, viruses are, how they are released? At this time, because of the enzyme lysozyme, the host cell membrane is dissolved. The host cell membrane is dissolved with the help of enzyme lysozyme. The cell wall is break up, then that can release the phase particles, virions. At a time 50 to 200 phase particles are released, that is called burst size. So the released phase particles, again they can continue the cycle. That is the lytic cycle. Okay, now coming to lysogenic cycle. Or what is the lysogenic cycle? In this lysogenic cycle, host cell should be alive. Host cell didn't cause to death. So that is lysogenic cycle. So what is the example to the bacteriophage of the lytic cycle, lysogenic cycle? Lambda phase. Lambda bacteriophage. Lambda. Okay. Lambda bacteriophage, which can attack the E. coli bacteria. Lambda phase. Lambda phase. The lambda bacteriophage, which can attack the E. coli, that doesn't cause to death of the E. coli. E. coli is the host cell. Host cell should be alive while attacking the bacteriophage, the lambda bacteriophage, which can attack the E. coli. E. coli is the host cell here. E. coli is the host cell. But the host cell remains alive because of the attacking of the lambda bacteriophage. The lambda bacteriophage, which can attack the E. coli host cell. So the host cell should be alive. So this type of the phages are called temperate phages. This type of the phages is called temperate phages. Temperate phase. What is the temperate phase? Lambda phase. Whenever the lambda bacteriophage attacks the host cell should be alive. So that type of the bacteriophages are called temperate phases. This life cycle is completely called lysogenic cycle. But what will happen in the lysogenic cycle? Here the phase DNA enters into the E. coli bacteria host cell and it combines with the bacterial circular DNA. Whenever the phase DNA enters into the host cell, bacterium cell, E. coli bacteria cell. But here the phase DNA combines with the bacterial circular DNA and become a part of it and remains inactive. Okay. Whenever the phase DNA enters into the E. coli bacteria cell, the phase DNA combined with the bacterial circular DNA and become a part of it and remains latent, inactive. Okay. So the inserted phase DNA is called prophase. Already the bacteriophage DNA get combined with circular DNA. So the inserted phase DNA is called here prophase. Prophase. Whenever the bacterial DNA replicates, same the prophase also get replicates. Here you can see prophase also is replicating. Whenever the bacterial DNA, the bacteria contains circular DNA. Whenever the bacterial DNA replicates, means doubling, the prophase also undergo replication. Okay, here because of the binary fission, here you can see two genetic materials are produced. Here two cells, finally the two cells are produced, each cell having phase DNA. Each cell having the phase DNA. So finally the Arch cell should be alive here. Okay, finally the Arch cell should be alive. So whenever the bacteriophage DNA enters into the E. coli, the phage DNA combines with the bacterial circular DNA and become a part of it and remain inactive. So the inserted phage DNA is called prophase. Generally, whenever the bacterial DNA undergoes replication, phage DNA also undergoes replication. Because of the replication, two DNAs are there here. Because of the binary fission, two cells are divided, each cell are included with phase DNA. But here there is no lysis of the Arch cell. Finally, the Arch cell should be remain alive. So this type of the life cycle is called lysogenic cycle. This type of the life cycle is called lysogenic cycle. And one more thing here you can remember, what is prophase? The inserted phase DNA is called prophase. The bacteriophage DNA already entered into the E. coli bacterium and combines with the circular DNA of the bacteria. So that is called prophase. That should be remained here. Prophase. What is prophase? So finally the Arch cell should be alive. So this type of the phases are called lysogenic cycles. This type of the phases are called temperate phases. Best example, lambda bacteriophage. So these are the life cycle of the viruses. Multiplication of the bacteriophages by using the two methods. One is the lytic cycle and another one is lysogenic cycle. Okay. So far we completed the chapter, and yesterday class we discussed about the diseases caused by the viruses. What are the diseases caused by the plants? What are the diseases caused by the animals? What are the diseases caused by the virus in human beings? So far we completed the 8th chapter. Okay, thank you children.